Ram fans, it's Friday noon prior to the JSPC versus Waukee football game. This is Rick Moraine with Doug Reider and with Ram head coach Bill Kibbe. We're taping this before the game, and we certainly are pumped up, and we hope you are too, for an exciting end of the season game, the district championship riding in the balance. Coach, what do you think?
Well, it's going to be a very tough ball game. This is the final game of the year for Waukee seniors, and I think they have some special ceremonies that they're going to do down there, and I think they're going to have some fireworks and things like that. So I'm sure they're going to be pumped up also, and I'm sure they would love to knock off a team that has a chance at playoffs. So, you know, this is their playoff game, but we've had 5 playoff games so far, so we hope that we can get one more.
You bet, at least one more. Doug, Waukee's had its ups and downs. They're back a little bit this year, it seems, from what they have been some years.
That's a good defensive team, Rick. They've really struggled on offense. Most everyone has gotten well offensively against Sadell, and that's the same case as Waukee. That's who Waukee played a week ago. Just one quick example. Waukee defeated Sadell 49-14. Prior to that game, that was in week 8. Prior to that game, the Warriors had scored a total of 52 points in 7 games. So they've just really had trouble on offense. From talking to Coach Kibbe and the other coaches, I think they're a pretty good defensive team, and they're big.
Weather report says possibility of rain tonight. We don't know what time that would be. We'll know by the time this show airs. You'll certainly know, but we don't know what it'll be prior to that. Coach, what's the feeling on the team? Are they ready for this game, and what about injuries?
Well, I think they're ready. If you can't get psyched up for playing this type of game, you can't get psyched up for anything. So I'm sure they're ready, and there's a lot of people that are hurting from the things that would be hurting from in football when you're hitting each other every week. So we have bumps and bruises, and you know, we still have like Michael Walker with a sprained ankle, but that's going to be there until the season is over with. And so they'll play hurt. Some of them will, but I think they want to play hurt. It's a lot easier to play hurt when you're going for the district championship than if you were going for your first one of the year.
Doug, the playoff picture, of course, is an important consequence of tonight's game. It's less muddy than it was a week ago, certainly, but certainly not crystal clear, even at this point.
Well, there are about, I don't know, four or five scenarios yet, but the Rams do know if the Rams win this game, they are the district champion. And that's the first and foremost thing on JSPC coaches and players' minds, I'm sure. There is still a way that the Rams could go to the playoffs even by losing this game, but certainly they don't want to think of that. That's a win and you're in. And JSPC, Rick, has not won a district title. 1992 was the first fall that district football was played. And so this ends the 4th 2-year cycle of that, and the Rams are trying to win their first district title. So that's the number one thing.
And by the time you're watching this, you'll know, and we'll know for sure whether that's the case or not. So we'll end this give and take here and get right on to the game. Rick Moraine with Doug Reider and Ram head coach Bill Kibbe.
Schedule. We're ready to play football. The Rams kicking off. The wind at their back. Jamie Dominick's kick. A bobble at about the 12. Taken on the far side, and the returner won't get very far. Waukee with the ball. First play offensively. And they get across the 20 to about to the left side for Harry Markley, the quarterback. He gives it off, and not much at all for John Brummett. Split backs, long call by Markley. Running the option, and he is close. Now back to the ice set for Coach Scott Carlson's team. Markley to throw on first down. Big rush. Gets away from the first man. Throws the second one up for grabs, and it's incomplete at the 40. Second and 10. Split backs. Fake the draw. Pass it on the middle. Swain with the catch, and he's dumped at the 35. A couple of yards. Swing left. The far side going to our left to right. And it is a Warrior first down for 621 yards coming in. Rolling left. Shovel pass incomplete. Sean Buckram, wrap-up show viewers. Markley to throw again. Late rush by Erickson, and he dumps that way out of bounds. Field unbalanced left. The Rams jump. Ball got too anxious. I set 2 receivers left. Give to Buck. He's running hard. He's close to the first down. That eye. They fake the Buck, the fullback. Give to Brummett. He's got nice running room into Ram. I set. See if they go to Buck. They'll fake to him. Markley to throw, incomplete. Wing right. They look to Swain, complete, first down. 8. Give off the right side, Brummett, nothing there. Lots of white jerseys that time. And you can bet TJ goes to his left. Split formation, Brummett hits the pitch, drops the football, covers it up, back. Wing right, split left, Markley to throw. He has a man, but incomplete at the 31 to the wind. Briggs is standing at about his 15. It's a good kick to the far sideline, and that will angle out of bounds. Ryan Fye slot left, Scott Erickson in the backfield. Erickson gets the handoff and goes for and 5. And the Rams first. It's just their third play, and the Rams look like they have to punt it away. Matt Lautner is the snapper. Low snap, it's dropped and blocked. Rays had that difficulty this year. Should have been caught. Now the Rams get a break. The wind pushes the ball out to the 46. First down in Ram territory. Give to Buck, and he's got running room. Still on his feet. And it takes about, but the Rams have only run 3 plays. Now that I set Buck with a first down, it would appear, and then shove Brummett back in there along with Buck. The fake to Brummett, and Markley has a first down. Back to the eye. Markley to throw on first down, completes it to the 30-yard line to field goal range if they can't get closer because the wind will be at their back. Oh, here's a nice defensive play, a loss. Matt Lautner shot the gap and dropped Brummett back to the 34. Well, the Rams guessed right on the blitz that time, John Rowland.
Yes.
Means a wing right, 2 tight end set. Split backs, gonna run a reverse. Swain hit, gets by one man. Todd Walker with a shot. Split backs, 2 receivers right. Markley barks the signals. Long count. Buck has the first down. Driving inside the quarter before the Rams get the ball back. It's a question of whether they'll be behind or not. Buck forward, quarter number 2. Markley on the keeper. Todd Walker. Long count. Give to Buck, and he's got the first down. Markley gives to Buck, and the Rams stack him up. Take us left. Split backs. Markley option to about the 2. Sneak by Markley, close to the goal line. Touchdown. Combination there.
This is a straight quarterback keeper right up the middle.
Bad snap through the holder's hands. Irvin from his 25 picks it up.
Well, that's a nice look.
Throws, it is caught, and it's 2 points for Waukee. Webb caught it. It was a bad snap through the holder's hands. I would think away from Caius and Minahan, and he does just that. Off the crossbar of the goalpost and beyond. Erickson in the slot. High set, the fullback Lautner breaks a tackle. 30, Lautner to the 32. And then same set, Erickson slot right. The Rams will give it to Fye, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. It'll be Briggs to throw. On the sideline, incomplete, way over everybody's head. And 3rd down 9, split backs from Ram 34. Pitch to the left side to Fye, and he will break the first tackle, but be well short of the first down. Tigas and Markley deep for Waukee. Waukee with the lead. There's a high snap. Ray does catch it, and a terrible punt. It'll go out of bounds after gaining about 2 yards. So Ray has dropped one, had it partially blocked, and now he gets off a 2-yard punt. And everything is going Waukee's way.
The Ram defense has to solve something here soon, Doug. They have to solve Buck up the middle there. He's making good gains every time he gets the ball up the middle there.
Sean Buck is who John's talking about, the fullback. Came in with over 600 yards rushing. Split backs, swing on the right. 1st and 10 from the Ram 42. Gives to Buck, and he will get nothing. Drops the football. The Rams have it. Now, was he down or not?
They're calling him down, Doug.
Swain to the left side in a tandem, and Markley stopped on the option for no gain. Irvins, if they get close to the first down, Rams showing blitz. Waukee picks it up. Markley throws, complete, first down. And Waukee is looking like a right split formation. Markley to Buck, very little yardage. 2nd and 9 here. Markley short drop, wide open receiver. That's Swain, I believe. He's got the ball down right end, left this time on first down. A pitch to Brummett. Hits by Lautner. Split backs. Give to Brummett. Football's loose. The Rams don't see it. Who got on it?
It looks to me like the Rams have it.
They do. Luke Ball on the football. Split backs for Briggs. He'll give it to Phi. Can't get the corner turn. Offense this season's been the problem, but not tonight. Now the Rams with some missed on 8-0, and it could be worse. If they can't get out of this hole, it might be worse. Lautner breaks one tackle, and he'll go down, no gain. They'll need more than a 2-yard punt this time. It's Jamie Dobbindeck to punt, I believe, or is it still Wampler? Yeah, it is still Ray. He gets a better kick. It goes into the Rams sideline, but still great left. The eye set. Markley to Buck, and Markley, short drop, throws near side. Take us incomplete, a nice dive. High formation. Rams bring the blitz. Markley has a ball batted down by Schwaller. It's 4th and 10. Strong wind at his back from the right hash. If it's good, it'll be by far the longest high school field goal I've ever seen. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is good.
That's a 52-yard
field goal. T.J. Irvin. Longest one I've seen ever by a high schooler. And the kick is a liner. It's going to bounce at the 5 and through the hands of Tyler Caius and through the back of the end zone. A touchback. Team, the 20 and the 20. Briggs to throw on first down into the wind. Complete to Lautner. To about the 28 and out of bounds. JSPC down 11-0. Give on the ground to Erickson. First down. He drops the ball, but out of bounds. 1st and 10. Pitch to the left side to Matt Phi. Cuts it back. Gets a forward to the 44. Nice run by Phi. 2-minute offense. No huddle. 2nd and 2. Briggs to throw near sideline into the dirt at the 50 and 10. Let's see what JSPC can do here. Keep it on the ground. First down to the 49. Erickson. 49. The Rams have been in Warrior territory. Briggs on the draw to fullback, and Lautner to the...
It's going to be tough.
2nd, around 5. Briggs to throw. He's hit. He gets by a man, throws it in, intercepted at the 30, right into the chest of the Warrior defender. One of the Warriors. Markley, far side pass is caught. Swain up to the 39 before Zach Fox makes the stop. He has a 52-yard field goal already with the wind at his back. Markley pump fake. Now is going for the big one, far side, and way set. Markley to throw on 3rd and 2, and it is incomplete. Not look good so far. Williams to punt, and Briggs back at his 20. And this punt hits out of bounds on the far side. Shotgun, 3 receivers right, 1 left. Dustin being rushed. He flips it off to Lautner up to the 36. And 4 for JSPC. Shovel pass to Lautner. He's got a little running room. 40, 45 into the 48-yard line. A first down. 12 on the shovel pass. Matt Lautner has got 3 first half passes.
So that was a very well-conceived play, Doug. We had everybody to the right side, and we brought it back to Matt coming the other way, and he almost broke it.
Rams up to the line of scrimmage, and Briggs will spike the ball with 20 seconds to go in the half. Both ways. Again, the shotgun for Briggs. He's got time. The trouble is finding an open man. Dustin into traffic, incomplete at the conventional set. Briggs is sacked. No, now he pitches it. Irvin had him. He pitches it to Lautner at the last second, and Matt does run forward, but back in Waukee, where the Warriors lead the Rams 11-0. Halftime here on the Ram Wrap-Up Show. Rick Moraine to my right, John Rowland to my left. Rick, were you down on the Rams sideline in the first half?
Yes, I was, Doug. Waukee's playing inspired football. They've dominated every phase of the game, it looks like. We're doing all right now against the rush, sort of playing them straight up there, but Sean Buck was really picking up big yardage in that first quarter. He took a hit about 4 minutes into the second quarter, and I think that slowed him up some. But they're a strong football team. I can't believe they don't have a better record than they do, Doug.
Yeah, we were saying too. They looked like an unbeaten against the Rams in that first half. John Rowland, what about some of the numbers from the first 2 quarters?
In the first half, Doug, Waukee was 7 for 16 passing on my stats, which once again may not be the best stats in the world, but they had 50-some yards with that. And as we mentioned on radio, every one of those passes seemed to be in a key situation tonight, and they were able to pick up a lot of third down conversions and sustain a couple of drives because of it. Actually, on offense or in rushing totals, Waukee is not doing that well after having a good first quarter, but the Rams have been able to hold them down the second quarter rushing. It's that passing attack we have to worry about.
Well, and Rick, I'd say more than anything, the Rams need to they need points more than anything. They're 2 touchdowns down right now at 11-0.
That first quarter was disastrous for us. We had the wind, you know, and we thought we were going to use that to our advantage. Waukee's first drive took 6 minutes, took half of that first quarter away. Then we were 3 downs and out, and the out was a blocked punt, and Waukee just totally dominated that first quarter. We had an unfortunate offside call when we had him on 3rd and 10, and that or 2nd and 10, whatever that was, and that 3rd and 10, I think, and that hurt us. But Waukee has played almost errorless ball, and we just don't look quite inspired enough. I'm sure that the coaches are going to have good talk with the guys at halftime, and we could see a different Ram team, but I'm afraid we may see the same Waukee team. That's what worries me.
26 plays to 3 is what the count was after one quarter. 26 to 3. You hardly ever see that, Rick, and you hardly ever see a 52-yard field goal, even though there's a strong wind at T.J. Irvin's back. He pounded that ball.
I knew we were in trouble when on that kickoff he bounced it over the crossbar and out of the stadium. And then, but I didn't expect a 52-yarder to go. They were pretty confident. We were talking along the sideline saying, boy, you know, the way that guy kicks, you'd almost think he'd have a field goal. And there it came.
Yeah, 52 yards worth. Well, John, as you look to the second half of play, if the Rams are to come back and win, what are just a couple of key things in your mind?
Well, one of the things we have to sustain some better drives. In the first half, we had a total of 55 yards rushing, and they're going to have to do a little bit better than that. We had 26 yards passing on 2 of 7 passing, so that was about 80 yards total offense. And if we can get a little bit more total offense and sustain some drives, that is the key to the second half, I believe.
Rick, final comments?
No, I couldn't agree more with John. It's going to take an extra effort and some sustained drives, and then playing them real tough on defense.
Has not rained yet in Waukee, and the Rams trailing, so I'm sure they hope that it doesn't. I understand on Friday night early it was pouring in Jefferson, but dry, but windy here in Waukee. And 11-0 Warriors at the half. We'll look at that second half film on the Ram wrap-up show. A high kick and into the end zone. Tyler Caius catches it, but in high school football, once you're in the end zone, that's a touchback, and that's the case here. And unbalanced left formation. The Rams run right, and Matt Fye doesn't get much. Wishbone again, give to the third man, bouncing it outside is Fye. He's at the 35, the 40, and out of bounds. Staying with the Wishbone and 2 tight ends, give it the fullback Lautner, starts right, goes left, and Matt at the 45, Matt at the 49. So an 8-yard gain on Ash, 2nd and 2. Just short of midfield, and the give is to Fye, first down to the 5. Sticking with that same tight set, here's Erickson. And he'll go cut it out to the right, and still driving, gets about 6 or 7 yards. Scott Erickson to the Ram wrap-up show. Give to the third man again. 5 bouncing it. 35 and 30 and 28, and still trying to drive and finally push back along the started at their own 20. Erickson left side, cuts it up the middle. 25 down to the 21 or 2-yard line. That pile moved for 3 minutes gone in the half number 2. Third man again. 5 forward, and he's down territory certainly. Down on the 20, Lautner the fullback forward, and he looks like he has the first down. Matt Lautner.
Well, you almost knew they'd give it to Matt on that. That was a big third down play, and Matt gets the ball, and they really need a yard.
And Ram 1st and 10 at the 18. Give on the right side again. 5, 15, and out of bounds at about the 11. Encouraging their team. Erickson on the left side, inside the 10, fighting to about the 7-yard line. He's close. I think a 5-yarder in each team, and oh, there's the dreaded holding call on JSPC. And Erickson is stopped inside. He bounces it outside at the 15 and driven out of a wind to think field goal and all. They give to the third man, and Waukee traps 5. 4th and 7, pitched left side to Aaron Robbins, and he falls down, and Waukee is held. Well, there's a play nobody could have expected. Robbins hasn't carried all night, doesn't play a whole lot, and a big play. They gave it to him, and it did not work out. And so, for the first time on offense, Irvin on motion to the near side. Pitch out here to the left, and nice running room. Brummett, he's got the motion again near side by Irvin. This time Waukee runs Markley on the pitch to Brummett on the far side. Tyler Caius has him, and a loss. Tied in on the far side. It is Markley to throw. Over the middle, he's got a man. Big gainer. Barry catches the receiver Webb at the Ram 29. Nobody covered the tight end, and all that hard work by the Rams right down the drain. Waukee knocked all year long has shown very little ability to throw. They've sure done it tonight. Give to Sean Buck on the far side, and he fights high set. Long count by Markley. Let's to throw. Throws for the end zone. He's got a man, and a diving try incomplete. Waukee right back in Ram territory. Markley moving left. Shovel passes it to Buck, and he's thrown for a loss by Scott Erickson. He has a 52-yarder. Waukee a little trouble lining up. Now they're ready to go. Snap a bit high. Irvin's kick is off to the right. That is no good. So it is still 11-0, 4:18 to go. 44-yard field goal attempt is missed. 20, you bring it out to the 20. I always thought, well, if it was you missed at the 27, then you got it at the 27, but not the case. Pitch on the right side to Matt 5 for about 5. 4. Rams down 11-0. Up the middle, Lautner. Matt breaks a tackle, 35 and 36-yard line. Before pick up for Lautner of about 11, and a good gainer up the middle to the 43. Brian Mortensen, good center snap to Jobendek, and the play to Ryan Fye goes nowhere. Matt Lautner, the man shaken up. Neil Bonet, the sophomore fullback with a broken right wrist, is in there. The Rams don't get it, and they'll face a 4th. Briggs gives it to the last man. First down, I think. Very close.
I don't know, Doug. It's going to be real close.
It looked like a pretty good spot.
And Matt came through, and
oh boy, is this close.
This is close.
They're looking at by an inch. Are the Rams short? Yes.
That was less than an inch, Doug.
Wow. They run Buck the fullback. They'll pitch it to Brummett, and he's going to pass it. They've got Webb wide open, and he misses his 2nd and 10. And he wants to throw once again. Goes on the far sideline. Got a man open and dropped. Curtis Swain. Long count. Markley straight drop back. He's hit. He's sacked. Tyler Caius has him. With the wind at his back, Keith Williams to punt. And he lets the wind do its job, and it's out of bounds on the far side. Split backs. Pitch to the right side to Matt Fye. Fye looking at, gets around a nice Reed Kinney block, and 5. Apparently a scoreless 3rd quarter both ways. Erickson gets smacked. He'll run out because you let the wind at your back as much as possible. It's 11-0. Waukee leading JSPC. We'll have the 4th quarter after this from the Real Country Championship Club. Robbins slot right, Briggs with the wind at his back to the shotgun formation. Shovel pass to Lautner, and he's up to the 40, 45, 50, to the 45 of Waukee, and the shovel pass, Matt Lautner from Dustin Briggs. Waukee to 0 points. Give on the right side, Matt Fye. He gets 5 yards, still running. 5, first down over on that far side before Curtis Swain brings him down. Rams move from our right to left. 11:14 to play. Briggs drops the snap, gets it back, goes forward for a pass for the Rams. Briggs to throw. Now he wants to run. Does run, gets some yards. He's going to be stopped at about the 21 now, we would think. Split backs. And give his to Erickson, first down. Was that Erickson or was it?
I think it was
Lautner. We speculate it's a blood situation. Briggs gives to Fye on the right side, and he is dropped for a loss. Tried at an eye set. Robbins wing right. Briggs quick pop pass, caught by Barry. Breaks a tackle. Courtney has it 1st and goal at the 5. Courtney Berry with a big catch from Dustin Briggs before Brummett made the stop. That's a 15-yard pass play there. The full house, fullback wishbone set up the middle. Erickson is to the 1-yard line. We would guess Lautner would get the ball. Power eye set.
You can almost guarantee.
Lautner gets it, and he dives forward. He won't get into the end zone. He got to the 1. 3rd and goal from the 1. At the blocking back, fullback spot. Lautner again. He's hit. He falls into the end zone. Touchdown. Rams are on the board. It's 11-6, 8:30 to go in the ball game.
Matt followed 2 blocking backs right off left guard and popped it in the end zone. He had to give it a little extra to get it in there, but he got it in there.
Lautner, a 1-yard run, his 11th TD of the season among the district scoring leaders. The Rams will have to go for 2, try to get it back to within a 3-point game where a field goal could tie it up. That's a 12-play, 76-yard drive. Comes with 8.5 minutes to go in the football game. Split formation. Rams will throw. Briggs rolling. He's got Kenny and overshoots him. It's 11-6.
We just get it deep.
11-6. And the boot to the 5 where Swain backs up a yard to the 4. And he is brought down across the 20. About the 22. Split back, swing right. They give us to Buck and nothing there.
Great defense, Doug.
Motion to the far side by T.J. Irvin. They pitch it left to Brummett. Brummett's got a little room. And tight end on the left, that's Webb. He's had a couple big catches. Waukee on the ground, and they are close. Might be a little short. The Rams, up they are. Brummett.
Well, they're a little short, Doug.
A little short. Brummett couldn't get there. The Rams had Luke Ball and others in on the stop. It is 4th and 1. Brummett got 2. Well, if you're ahead, you've got to punt this away, don't you, John?
Well, you better be punting it away here.
I don't see the Waukee punter.
Don't punt the ball away here and don't make it. It doesn't look too good.
Well, Waukee's not sending the punter out. They're going to use their second time.
They think they can get a yard. They think they can keep the ball away from Jefferson.
The Rams have to hold still on defense and not jump. Rams with a 6-man front. The Warriors give it to Buck. I don't know. It's close. They did go for it.
I don't think he made it.
Lautner is jumping up and down, and it's going to be another key measurement. The Rams missed by an inch on the last measurement. They're going to bring out the sticks.
They're going to measure, but I really don't think they made it, Doug.
Well, this would be a pretty decent spot.
I think they gave him a good spot.
A pretty good spot. 6:33 to go in the game. One measurement against the Rams, and they held! The defense is held! The Rams take over at the Waukee 32.
Well, that's why they get paid to be there.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm glad you and I aren't coaches. Wow.
I guess all coaches have made bad decisions, and I've made a few myself. But
the Rams have it in Waukee territory, down by 5 points. They're at the 32. A big gamble by the Warriors with the lead. Pitch to the left side. Fye trying to get in the corner. Nice block by Erickson and Kenny, and Fye that in set. Unbalanced left. Give to Lautner. First down to the 21, almost the 20-yard line.
Right now.
Unbalanced left. Split backs, wing left. The Rams want to run right. Lautner breaks one tackle. He's got the line of scrimmage and then some. Lautner to the 10, to the 5. He dives, and he is at the 1-yard line. Matt Lautner, another tremendous run like we've seen all season. John Rowland, that guy just won't go down, and he went down finally at the 1.
One man is not going to bring Matt down at that point, and there was one man hanging on his back in the backfield, but he got to the outside, and he made a super run around the right side. Got it down to the 1-yard line.
How about 4 quarterback sneaks? How would you feel about that?
I think that sounds real good. Real on a quick count, maybe.
Now 5:20 to go in the game. Rams first and goal on the 1. Briggs sneaks it. He's driving. He did not get in. Push backward. Wishbone set. 2 tight ends. They give it to Erickson. Touchdown! Erickson. The Rams lead 12-11 with 4:29 to play in the football game. 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And Scott Erickson, like he did at Boone, John, has a 1-yard run to put the Rams ahead.
I think the Waukee defense was looking for a quarterback sneak, and if not that, they thought Lautner all the way, and they came with Erickson going to the left side, and he punched it in there really pretty easily.
So the Rams now try to get a 3-point lead. They're up by 1, so they'll go for 2. High set. Briggs running left. He's going to run it, and Briggs is in! Briggs for 2. Dustin Briggs.
That was the old bootleg play. Faked it to the right side. He bootlegged around the left side, used his speed to beat the defense.
JSPC 14, Waukee 11, 4:29 to play. Now this for the real country champion. Waukee 11, Rams lead for the first time. Daubendeck when it is back. Line drive kick. Bounces at the 10. Taken at the 2-yard line by Curtis Swain. Up to the 10. 15 and about the 19 is really. Warriors having a little trouble getting set. Webb is a slot. Goes left. They pitch it to Brummett left. And no, sir, nothing. Tight end left. Markley to throw. Out here, incomplete. Left, Swain right. Motion by T.J. Irvin to the left. Quarterback sneak. Markley gets 2 yards. 4th down and about 8. They were hoping to catch the Rams right up the gut, but Tegas is left. High set.
Here we come.
Pitch. Brummett to throw back the other way. He's got him at Barkley. Fumbles the football. Incomplete. The Ram defense is held.
Incomplete pass. They rolled it incomplete, Doug.
Incomplete. The Rams drive it down and get points and put this one away. Phi cuts back to the left after going right initially and ends up with some full house wishbone set. The Rams are just going to drive forward. Here's Lautner. Breaks the first tackle. For Erickson.
Right now.
2 tight end. Wishbone set again. Is power football. And it is Lautner forward. Down here. 3 receivers right. Markley hit. Gets by the first man. Can't get by Scott Schwaller at the 1-yard line. Schwaller tackles the quarterback Markley for a sack. Markley short drop into that wind. Throws it incomplete. They've got 3 receivers right. They throw it out, and Swain makes a nice catch at the 7. Should be the game if the Warriors can't make it. Swain to throw. He heaves it up. It is into the Rams sideline. Incomplete. And JSPC can just take the knee 31 seconds ago. The Rams will, John Rowland, win the game, win the district, and go to the playoffs. Wow.
Well, they're going to be wearing those championships T-shirts after all now, Doug. After that first half, we were starting to wonder, but they came out here and played a wonderful second half. They played with a lot of intensity. They moved the ball. They played great defense when they had to play defense.
At the Warriors 7, 1st and goal from the 7, I would think the Rams would just take a knee. Because the 13-point tiebreaker system doesn't mean anything now that the Rams are going to win. Even though either Boone or ADM will finish with an identical record, Briggs will go forward, faked taking a knee, and gets to the 5, so 2-yard gain for Dustin. And 2nd and goal from the 5, the Rams pull it out. The last seconds will tick off. Rams won't have to run another play. And JSPC has come from behind, 11-0 down, winning 14-11 at Waukee, going to 6-1, winning the district title in 3A District 7. Either Boone or ADM will tie with the Rams, but the Rams have beaten both of them, and it's on to the playoffs on Wednesday, November 3rd.
It's just a great feeling to know that Jefferson made the playoffs. After the start they had this year, people were kind of counting the Rams out. And they came back, played wonderful football last part of the year. And I know Bill Kippy didn't sleep very much last night. He was awful nervous at school today, and after that first half, I bet he was even more nervous.
After the first half, we could see why, couldn't we? Waukee played, as you said, John, almost a perfect first half. they played a good second half, but not almost perfect, and the Rams were able to pull it out with 14 fourth-quarter points.
Well, I can't believe Waukee can play that perfect first half. They just played wonderful football the first half and sustained drives and kept the ball away from Jefferson, and that's why Jefferson didn't score. The Rams from JSPC certainly came out to play the second half, though, and Waukee couldn't do what they did the first half.
Well, it's another nail-biter. We should be used to those by now. I don't know if you ever get used to them. Another tight down-to-the-wire ball game, and the Rams win it 14-11. They are 6-1 in the district. They'll go to the playoffs Wednesday, and the pairings come out late Friday night after midnight. For our Ram wrap-up show viewers, we've got a camera shot here of the team huddled around the first ever district title for JSPC. District football started in the fall of 1992. A great effort, a great game by the Warriors, who fall to 2-5 in the district, 3-6 overall. The Rams are 6-3, 6-1 in the district, and district champions. We'll be back to wrap it up after this from the Real Country Championship Club.
What a terrific finish to a terrific regular season of Ram football. Rick Moraine back here with Doug Reider, Ram head coach Bill Kibbe. Coach, I guess it's when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I guess that's the appropriate cliche to use here. You guys really came on in that fourth quarter when you had to.
Well, you know, I don't think it was real pretty up till then, and they certainly were outplaying us. But as you said, they did what they had to do. It made a very exciting game for people to watch. Wasn't that exciting for me, but you know, it was. I think that just proves the character of a football team, is if you can come back when you're down, and they just weren't going to be defeated. And so I think it just says a lot of those young men for the job they did.
Very emotional finish. A lot of the Rams having a tough time choking back the tears after the end of the game, the season. Doug, you've got some stats there. You've been working on them for a while, and there are some pretty impressive numbers there.
Well, there are, and the total, these are unofficial. The totals, the Rams did top the 300-yard mark in offense, 240 rushing, 61 passing for 301. And Waukee, 172 total yards, 103 of that in the first half, 69 in the second half, and Waukee had a big pass play that was over 40 yards. That was most of that 69 in the second half. So once again, in the second half play, the Ram defense had virtually shut down an opponent. We've seen that time and time again this season. Matt Fye, by our unofficial numbers, topped the 100-yard mark, 106 yards rushing on 20 carries. Matt Lautner had 14 carries for 69 yards, and Scott Erickson 14 carries for 52 yards. So a real, again, as we've seen all year, balanced rushing attack. Dustin Briggs was 5 for 10 throwing the football, one interception and 61 yards. And remember back to when Dustin was 3 of 19 throwing the football, and he ended the regular season at about 45% throwing the ball. So see what kind of a second half he had.
Sure did. Coach, I think of all the teams we played this year, Waukee's record was less indicative of its quality. I thought Waukee was a very tough team. They did lose some momentum there at the end of the game, and you guys came on, but that first quarter was just dominating in the first half, and even into the third quarter. They're a good football team.
Right, we knew that all along. We knew they were going to play great defense, and they have had a hard time scoring. And again, even though they just had the ball the entire first half, they only had 11 points on the board, which, you know, we're down 2 touchdowns. You can certainly come back from that if you start playing a little bit better. But we knew they were going to be a good football team, but I think sometimes when kids keep hearing things like, well, you should win because you have beaten all the teams that beat them and all that, I think sometimes, you know, even though you are going to play hard, you may not be emotionally into it like you should. But I think it's just sort of indicative of what this district is. There's 3 games last night, and all 6 teams were down to, the biggest margin was 4 points or 3 points. And, that's just the way it was. I think anybody could play anybody on any night of those top 6, and it could be a toss-up. So there were some tremendous football games last night. Waukee has had the trouble of not finishing it off. It's a problem we've had before, too, that, they move the ball well, but they've been losing some close ball games.
Doug, run through those scores, if you would, from the district, and then we'll get into the playoff round, which does begin tomorrow night.
All right. 8L DeSoto Minburn got the second place berth in 3A District 7. Talk about a thriller. 26-23 in 2 overtimes in Adel over Boone, so Boone is out. Carroll was a 1-point winner at Huxley over Ballard, 13-12. So ADM and JSPC and 6-1, but by virtue of their head-to-head win, the Rams are the district champions. Boone and Carroll both 5-2 then in the district. The other game, the battle of the teams that were winless going on, and Perry gets the victory over Sadell, 35-14, and so the Blue Jays will start next season with a one-game winning streak, and Sadell did not win a game in the district in the last 2 seasons. So that's the way things ended up in the district, Rick, about as even as they could be.
The Rams have drawn Denison Schleswig for the first round of the playoffs. They're a very good team. Bill, we will have home court advantage. What time does the game start?
It'll be a 7:30 start. As you said, Denison's a very good football team. They went into double overtime, I think, with Harlan. And if you compare scores, Creston and Kemper, they handled them pretty easy. So it'll be a very, very tough ball game for us. We're going to have to play with a lot of emotion. I think football is a sport that you can play with a lot of emotion, and we certainly will have to have that. And it really didn't matter who you draw. They're all going to be good there. It didn't matter where you go. And for 3 quarters last night, it didn't look like we were going to draw anybody. So we're just happy to be there, and we'll come out and play as hard as we can and hopefully be a little more fired up than we were last night.
First time for the Rams as district champions. Should be a very exciting football game here at Linduska Field. We'll look for a big crowd, and we'll look for you folks